Say declare presidential ni wie pa. Electoral Commission offices baby a wo hwa wulus no. Koye basa wo because 2024 as a president at all.
JFK na wasen ababiom no ababe to bomb. Ai na nkrofo say JFK bomb no woni meto a yesusu ni mse na edwane. Na JFK planning ni BBI say opese o support Bawumia. Wontimi ngina ne nanso nka no kro okwa no ba ko no aba ha ba ko. Waye no ho te say kwakwa nansi okwa ha no aba ha JFK MPP force yamanu to anim na yan kan kire Canada Japan supporters yan kan kire o say Bawumia early defeat no it really cost MPP. Panda one of the instances. Ekotia one of the instances. Ablekuma North one of the instances. Tema one of the instances. Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia wandwen obia ho. Techiman South one of the instances. Senya MP se omo ho omo nim fom. No makọ election no mote election asia. Anka omo gi aba ni nyina yeden. Efiri omo nsem. Nei nsem omo adrochiri. Anodom pre emu nyina no omo ho wo nsem kakra ewo aba omo kokotu ye no. E kire se early concession na Bawumia ba be ye no. E affect party no. Na JFK nsem a wo kan ne mepese obetie ni yie pa na obi waso na otie ni yie. E ho na be hu se sai JFK wo hoyi sebi. O se MPP delegate omoto abayi ni free ade no so 10 Jombodi no omokofa na ba o so omokofa na ba because JFK onka no kure papa biya onka no kure papa biya oka ha ne no waka ha kina so wonu e mekire no Kennedy TA4 me ba cho fe na waba like video no subscribe na share na fama Kennedy Japan wate Kennedy awini awie na sana JFK no support Proxy JFK who support Proxy ene se wo kan ho na Bawumia na nka obewi abai mu JFK usu wansu Kennedy Japan wa weni awie ntini aye ne de so be support Kennedy abrantem yiwanim anya sa ye de wo be ka Bawumia nkrofo no ho ye de wo be ka Bawumia nkrofo no ai enti Kennedy Japan wa weni awie na JFK se obi obawi ni bia no the party really behind him party ndi obe really behind you na Ghana for say maburu no mo wie school no graduate for no say Kennedy Japan weni a MPP party wodi Bawumia be ba 10 ye be 20 out 10 name si me nam hospitals me call hospital akoye 1212 nurse bi Miami kuro chese makwa bra me hwe na de wi anani abra omi na me se abranti aden wo se aden mama my den aden asu ko campaign na me se woni nipa me ko campaign ama no wo se hwan me se Kennedy wo se ene Kennedy dia ene wo ye madamfo na Bawumia de MPP for de ne be 10 obelusu 10 ana me se adan wo ye MPP ne wo se am ye MPP ni ba papa me ye campaign ma MPP na nso so MPP for na Dubai wan hwe ye nim kura entimadwa MPP na me se any MPP delegate munche mu lazy aragadati let's go and listen
na ya ye ho ye wo ye ntuma fin wa bontin ne bo ye kan se manya no kura no e hadwen ane de I will concede say enye papa na there say interesting say obi ye na utunufo no then no be akajes na Dominic so ye so won kan wasem na oman so ye won kan wasem ento wan hwa be wie no adwen pa crowd bo so be sie so betenta de no na nkofo ka se kra wo ye biased enti e ba say party no yete elections committee no na mani ajepa at least party no hihye bia na no me betu elections committee na adwuma enti obi say be obi timi ntina be nka say bia national office na general secretary ene to ene wo ye de ope na so na me boa na ewie January 31st ese party ni ba bia ti ase se akansie ne koye akansie ye koye so normal minu se wan nim kunuma onipa no ebedi nkuku na se wan wini abelus eno obi odo MPP MPP da na koma so
so ogisa
results ni tum ansa kwa na akoto aba no
even when nipa ni feel say when justice properly so called in the election
justice no any there
so fi say me ko so abato ni ma nko ye ama no
obi I can at least me be general secretary there are two major elections, internal elections, Amasha.
Yes.
And we'll feed the hair, what's also Bamabaso. And Kanka parliamentary primaries. For the first time, to about parliamentary primaries, Yanti de do baby.
Yes.
And my crowd was at Adabana Moto, Saban. Presidential primaries, you agree with me, say, by and large, was successful. Except for one incident being see or northeaster.
Yes.
Now, accusations about one. We are no question 15 regions in Yano, one Tivasabasabia. It's the same attitude and same mentality near the court. January 31st. Now, say you election you better. Say remember Adeba kwa a day remember before ba a album register.
Yes.
Say me a question and you can say waiting room and you will be dear free
and already some your man be because
of say your person be transparency. The class or casting for be raising issues.
Sure.
Whether genuinely or not, no. At least credit should be given to the elections committee and the party. And they say because we have nothing to hide.
Into Oma BA
to us say, oh, Obi, provisional register in here. And the Korean farmer, in fact, your Korean be a friend validation. Validation the cow yaw. Normally a internal practice. Say be a electoral commission so then call for yes. Omu cleaning register no. Omu we are and son of the political party say Monji. But this time around, sir, validation exercise no. Ma aspirant be so unfunny agent.
Okay.
Embra constituency, Embra regional, Embra national. Na from onset no, yes. Part of the process. Now so be person this album new year. Kabaka safa oni pabra. Take on what trans ya you for your elections. Album with no busasa, we still be what na. And I say, aspirants will be complaining, say, your contraba, album, almost anchor album. Now it be a cut 3 days or 4 days to elections. But this time around, I ban January 31st.
But album,
album, my mom copy say, will be uncle transmission. Sabi, at times we take comments be uncle for be make here. I find it difficult to appreciate where they are coming from. Yeah, the amount say kushim because a human institution.
Yeah. It is a problem you
but trans in that yanka. And to who say problem boom now but trans ready false alarm say obi we are ben obi person we ma nipa ko person obi we ma kodema o person ye ni ye ntina o se ye nyina ye trans ni ehwe yes it is possible a human institution e bia general secretary me to office we obi ya de ewo dwabia me hu obi ya de okofo dwa me hu but anything say obi am trans ni nya ye nhwe ni ye ni ye. And it's a process is a elections committee no and nam so mo yes adwuma no. I can assure you say ade be ma nipa gina so aka say bia aba no ye chinchin say ye wiam no. Sa de as much as possible we prevent it. So that we have a very clean, fair and transparent election. And when you we na said when ndim kunim. Na ka say bia person ye patapa asem oba so obo abra then obi o tie tie bia baka obi de o ye die
ebo
apayo every say ABC dinya sisi emasa akunya no obia wie na de abona ma wagye atum say bibia ho. Then in terms of security they say elections committee adwuma mo ye nyina no also the Ghana police for na ye adwuma.
Okay.
Say January 31st say me general secretary me nya sa atumi ni say me call polling center bi akoma instructions. That day general secretary na nya adwuma ho. That day no 2 minutes elections committee for Ninsa. And so be a regional chairman, so regional executive, constituency chairman, constituency executive, and that's how Dana could not as a party officer. That day no security Ghana police for there. Elections electoral commission for there.
Electoral commission, then Momo
elections committee for on pay the best edumano. And Tisa no man ya there because Obi minim say ye 2 abandon we have 2 years 11 months to 2028 elections, which in political cycle no is a lot
to mend cracks.
Cracks because so any step be more strategize now more try maybe be a bit my boama minimum akoso because I know say we have time and this reconciliation in there ebeba and eseba if you say obi anu am gidi say odo MPP pa to opposition beka say me dey.
But one thing so nansanya a day issues kakraba was diaspora votes. No?
Yes.
Mo final decision then.
Eno to me no ekudina elections committee for this.
Yes, and they took a decision. Which decision brought about the confusion?
Oh yes. In fact, I took them on.
Okay.
Because I felt it was wrong.
The timing of the announcement, no.
At the time and the
first day made the announcement, no.
Some of at least I'm also part mate match imagine. But I mean your petitions are and also the elections committee for. But the question elections committee for they also made their point.
Okay.
Say mo de adwuma ma say yenye. Yes so adwuma na ye pani ye. If he say
Asempa FM
ye ma proxy bema ebe say adwuma na ye at least for this presidential primaries any tension in me wom still I says I disagree with them because more yeah challenges beba but at least you should find a way of solving it but you can back and forth but committee no resolve to say any idea on my proxy to the extent say connect neck you raise here can was but then the position of neck was that so far as a committee no dey about bonting normal now so ewie no o saka say o saka reverse then maybe agina says you know people may even misconstrue say obinti and am kwakoye and am ya favor and ye nya sa de no same ti then committee na ya o de yema ne ho sa
it is no the final decision is the party is standing by the decision of the elections committee.
Sanity.
Said there will be no proxy
Sanity.
for January 31st.
Yes.
And ya de ana ankamobe defer the National Council to take a decision on.
Ni we on neko. Connect everybody a share presidential primaries.
Oh, okay.
Or a party.
Okay. Into for omoewa amanone a omode your friend is saying petitions by any adin no it's ended.
The committee na can next there. So far as elections committee na can I could do neka message now also there. Yes.
Very well. But beyond the internal issues and now kase what potential say the abamubo going forward no. Yensha externally. Do you feel like because me say this popular refrain on social media say hey how are you make idea MPP there by 2028 na party no egu and omo a ekasa assembly base they stand on solid ground so far NDC it take you over the reins of power no yaye elections ba ko Ablekuma North Mulusui Ablekuma North na a traditional seat by Mulusui by a relatively wide margin. Akwetia constituency na seat a kramo Mulusui again by a wide margin. Many political watchers believe say should that trend continue pandain so na e ade amokwa kolusu. And based on that the people think say the NDC is positioning themselves to completely disintegrate the NP. That is answer. Na mo ntimi answer bi. And I'm so mo MPs ni bi mpo aka say oh uba parliament there is a grand agenda to make this country a one party state and all of that. And I will refer you to a post be a lawyer Samia Uku eye anopei. Or say there appears to be a deliberate and coordinated attempt to tilt Ghana towards a one party state and weaken the institutional foundations that keep our nation stable and accountable. President Mahama secured an overwhelming victory in 2024, but electoral goodwill is never permanent. Mr. President, this is the time to protect your legacy, not to gamble with it. Those urging you towards altering constitutional limits or entertaining ideas of extended or lifelong leadership are not serving the national interest. Rawlings never went down that path. President Kufuor never did. President Mills never did. President Akufo-Addo never did. Our past leaders respected the boundaries set by the Constitution, and so must we all. Ghanaians go to the polls for one reason: to renew or withdraw their consent. That is the essence of leadership accountability. It is how citizens remind those in power that authority is borrowed, not owned, entrusted, not inherited, and always subject to being taken back. We vote so that no single individual or political group becomes bigger than the nation itself. Allow Ghanaians to decide if they want NPP or NDC. That is the basic social contract every leader swears to uphold. It goes on, and he cites the fact about the silence of moral voices in our country, even when Asankomo we koso. But he even makes this point, say, the pattern emerging across the country is too consistent to ignore. What began as rumors keeps becoming reality. The removal of the Chief Justice, the Ablekuma North rerun, the events surrounding the late Ernest Yakomi seat, tensions in Pandai over a controversial rerun of the polls, an activated process seeking the removal of the Electoral Commission chair, her deputies, and the special prosecutor. Do you feel, as General Secretary, say indeed there is that external way to completely disintegrate the NPP? Who feel is
I don't see say issue.
Sir.
Debbie. Yeah, open and NDC me.
Yes.
NDC binya naka de bia moti akonya so. And they say omo trase. No mo ka say yes hye me NPP at no position. I don't know what is wrong with that. Omo adwen no. Omo be so mo tra abem. But koma ye say ye di ne say Ghana ye democracy. Ghana ye rule of law. In their attempt to stay in power, no? Is it at loggerheads with your constitution and I say your rule of law? No? But say what aspire say you bet me win at transform MPP at opposition. They say a political party we are formed to win elections. Mami, make 1 point.
You will not have any issue if the NDC has that ambition.
There be, and there's nothing wrong with it. At least Nipantia says so. Baby a issue. But before then, o say Ablekumanov.
Yes.
Yen lusu widely sir. Akweta the same thing. But
they were seats.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's the point.
But unless say one share historically by elections. By elections be in the past biano about 90% incumbent nefa, particularly in the first term, within first second year.
Yes.
Because why?
Goodwill
is there. Original FM. And two, esaba ebekasi bia minama ban also. Opa to abama open development. Akwetia campaign NDC for nama omoye. And they say ye ne wa bem. So mo person munya development mo to abama ye candidate no. Emma mo kofa tractors ekosi kwan ho. No mo yi kwan. Ene kamenya bie phone lines no tum. Ne ma akwetia for say
omon
frɛ e kwan ya NDC for ebe ka che omo say ye kwan no to mo to abama ye candidate. Dada mo ko dada om na akwetia for no e kan wasem.
Say are the contractors na free site.
Omo free site ba kokra ni ho. Akwetia constituency odo pa frɛ na beautiful line me ma me short time no na from buso say contractors are to aba no NDC for ko form begu o say o meye kwanti entum mo candidate and the contractors no way same attitude no be try some de ko pandai nti na ye nwa mo pandai for say in case say o ma bent say chinchina ye mbo ya semungu ye ntungu say ba so be ko pandai the same asem no ko kan ho say ne wa bem na so o ma tran say hu say and nada am kwa dada akwati the same thing am sade aba ho o ye no free wa sebi habaya the first year o ti ase and to obetima make promises obetima ka be goodwill naturally Ghana central for kwamaka ho bi civil society can be aban bi aba the first year ade akoye no 4 years no be kan or 10 year be kan it seems on yehwe kono be biblia koso NDC first year ya se ka central for sa litmus test am the MPP in 2024 mo the more ma come feel but then that will be in but that is not my issue share esa NDC for epeso mutwa eto o man no ene ade a sabi oyo mamba pa bia na sa odwen Ghana kankwa eso ma yam hwehwo share obi forget say me general secretary ema MPP or forget cry say me a politician in fanto nchen na asma meka no obi a wutie me bia no dwen ho kwa kire say me Ghana ni first o man hia ansa na political parties aba de na meka Ye koto abawie December 7th, 2024. Ye to abawie ampa, you are mahama win over 1 million.
Asempa FM.
Osha normal a course or some constituencies. Tema Central, Okaikwe Central, Dobe Kwabenya, Suhum, Nsawam, Obuasi East, Ahafano Southwest, Ahafano North. Say ya to abawie na nipa da se ni free anya blokuma no se nipa bi free se ne party every ni presidential nti chinchina yen chinchim opposition nsa ni anje akonya free nsem ni setting electoral commission for na ballot papers ballot box pin sheet yen ko collation center yen ko se no se be ya yen nya proof bia central for mo crofo koye Ablekuma North, omu video nipa glaring, omu sell electoral commission papers. Osha Pandai, enkofo shen this atade, omu te pick up echi, eko collation center, yes shishe ballot papers, yes shishe pin sheet, yes say normal. Then, sa normal we no electoral commission, etimi nya akukudro, bebi wa ha basa so yanko regional center, yanko collation no. Obi afa ni agent, brand obejina ho. Ye collation bebi wana basa ba ena man ko ka Ablekuma 3 polling stations ye ntimi nye me ka pass aben ye brand na yura dampare ho kan ye yura dampare enya akukuduro emma se bi police for ekobo electoral commission ho ban a ke country polling station wie o de na de kira saa na court de ben asem no kwesa asem ho ama electoral commission kwata parliament e ka sa ka 3 polling station NDC national chairman you were said the Aqua electoral commission for Quadumum, you be Pamo, you who do all of a sudden, next the electoral commission assessor, you call 19 polling stations.
Asempa FM.
And no, and at that time, MPP a chance no. Said the more fast or more cababa tab on Tiacase, 3 polling station, Maquata Parliament, then Yagia to see in 3 polling station, a quadru 19, young corner. Nasus young call for be empty, and on the choir, young fan tour. Pandai case the same thing. And then, Sebi, they will catch a chima. They will catch political parties. They say in 2028, you got bar. You don't want to win presidential. Say declare presidential new pa. Electoral commission offices. Baby, I will share lose no. Koya basa wo because 2024 as a president at all. And Obi, I'm very surprised. Say a central for civil society organizations ewo ho. I saw religious group, religious bodies wo ho. Now Obia doesn't see anything wrong. Nipa nka wasem. If we say a normal because elect this year ban aba. Almost overwhelming majority of parliament. And then Chief Justice ye nefru ho. I kofa Chief Justice if we say obetimeti yasamamaye. And then if we say we have control of legislature, judiciary, executive, some extent the media, even civil society organization, Ghana ha, obientimi nka. And you think, say, as a Ghanaian, I should not be worried.
Yeah, but say, there should be basis for a commentary. In all the instances, baby, I never say court, a court of competent jurisdiction international, a court. In the case of Pandai, the EC and Parliament are making move based on decisions from the High Court. And a court, and so there, when you are aggrieved, there are processes you can go to.
NDC attempt to capture the judiciary should be a worrying